Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World Web Talks 149th episode. Today in the 149th episode, we'll try to talk to understand from education leaders that how the scheduling, the new schedule that has come up from the Central Board of Secondary Education is going to change the life of the student, the teacher, the parent and everybody involved in the complete education ecosystem. The format for today will be a little different. It's a closed room session, so we'll try to explore the topic to a little bit more of depth, try to understand the perceptions around it, the perceptive analysis of these special speakers that we have today. Most importantly, remember that Blub World Web Talks is a bilingual platform, so you can use English or Hindi, any of these two languages. Try sticking to these two. If you want to use a third one, you can, but I won't get it. So try using these two. Most importantly, this is a platform, this is a forum to basically create a repository of ideas in the space of education, and majorly focusing it on the K-12 space. To put it very simply, we try to know what's new in schools. So thank you so much everybody for joining in once again for the Blub World Web Talks 149th episode. Let's talk about the impact of the new CBSE schedule on our lives, on the student's life, on the teacher's life, and most importantly, how are the school leaders looking at this new change? A very warm welcome all of you. Let me invite the first speaker for today, Mrs. Malshri Kalla, the co-founder of Ignited Minds Innoventures from New Delhi. Malshri, over to you for the next 3 to 4 minutes to give the topic a start, to give it typically set the ball rolling, and most importantly, giving it what kind of facets will we be touching in the next 60 minutes that we have. Over to Malshri. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Thank you so much for a nice welcome. And it's such a beautiful topic, the topics you touch on. I've always seen your videos and, YouTube links. It's absolutely brilliant the way you the teen parliament thing, and it's a brilliant job you're doing. And we really need to think upon getting ideas from new educationists and people around, it's like you said, it's a repository of ideas we get. We can, connect with the society, connect with the students, direct connection with the parents. So it's a beautiful platform. I love it. So thank you for inviting me. And Mr. Daksh, I would just, when in the first week of July, when this thing was on the news that the CBSE has revolutionized, taken this decision on the semester system, that is breaking down the 10th and 12th syllabus into 2 parts, bifurcation. That was, it came as a shock to most of the children, and it was a pleasant surprise also. So basically, what they've done here is they have reduced the syllabus, which was done earlier also. 70% syllabus has been, is going to be coming this year. And again, that is going to be bifurcated into, 35%, 35%. So basically what they're going to do is in the first semester, which is, till November, December, they're going to be taking exams for, in the form of MCQ. And that's going to be the first semester exam. That's going to cover up around 50% of the syllabus. And the next part, and it's not going to be repeated in the March-April exam. So children have a very, they kind of are more relaxed now. From whatever I have found out as an educator, from parents, from principals around, and from students, they're pretty much relaxed because, learning happens in a very stress-free environment. I've always thought that, and all of us feel that if a child is stress-free, he tends to learn more, he or she tends to learn more, grasp more, understand more. So if it's been since so many years, we have been kind of churning how to bring about this change. And suddenly, because of this pandemic thing, a new thing has emerged. A new policy has come up, which is extremely beneficial, I feel, for everyone, for the teachers, students, and, for everyone. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere. The children are going to be, they're going to give their exams in a staggered form. So they have an option. So, 3-hour exam is not the end of the life. If the child is sick a day before, he can always appear for the next. He has a chance. Secondly, it'll because the first part has kind of MCQs. It will also involve in-depth learning, conceptual learning, which we have always wanted. Children should not be rote learners. We are not bringing about these rote learners are not going to achieve a very big thing. We need innovators now, thinkers, scientists in our society. So we need them to think more and prepare more. Plus, along with that, because of the bifurcation, the children who are appearing for science stream, and they can concentrate on, it's a balanced way now. Initially, I have been a parent, so I know how class 12 children study. It's like, especially science students, they'll study for their NEET and JEE for the entire year, and only in January they'll start off with their preparation for 12th board. So this is not going to happen, and it doesn't help also. I really was used to be upset when children used to do this. So a regular form of studies, a regular assessment is extremely important. Secondly, they have also put emphasis on hands-on activities, projects, and case studies, which is extremely essential. It will help children innovate, they create, express themselves, so there'll be kind of a practical learning in that. So this is another very important aspect that has been done. And what I used to feel that 12th and 10th board exams are extremely rigid for children. They stress up. There is a very tense atmosphere at home, especially 12th. The children are agitated, frustrated. It's traumatizing. So this is going to reduce the trauma. Except besides that, it's, I've always felt that I had met a Japanese scientist long back, and he said, why are buildings and don't fall off during earthquakes is because they're very dynamic. They're very dynamic. We have a plan A, plan B, plan C. So this is exactly what CBSE has done this time. In case November exams are done, good. If it's not done, they'll go for March, April. If that is also not done, the internal assessment would help. So it's a very dynamic, and it'll lead to brighter, more generation of children, which will definitely they'll definitely be globally competent, I feel. This is what this is my perspective. And I have a feeling that the only hitch in this would be that, providing resources to rural areas. Very, very, this is one challenge that CBSE will have to look after. But for the past 1 year, the way educators have actually, they've, on a war footing, they have become tech savvy. We have tried to, as educators also, we have tried to provide resources to the remotest areas. So I'm sure this will be done. Of course, as resources, we would like to provide them with projects also, resources, not only internet, mobiles, but, other resources also. So that's a little challenging thing, but everything new has, challenges, hitches. So I'm sure this is a very, very bright beginning, and it goes along with NEP also. So I think they should continue with this, I would suggest. So, that's my perspective. Daksh, I think we can move on to the next speaker. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So let me correct what you said. You added some more sense to the complete discussion. So let me typically summarize the important points that you said. The first thing is 70% of the syllabus in 2 trenches, and that will happen in 2 different semesters. That's what the CBSE has done. It has made the calendar a little more dynamic. You shared typically the perspective of the student. How would it impact him? How would it impact his education? MCQ examination would be the first trench of it, and the detailed subjective examination will be the second trench of it. Children will be more relaxed, and it's rather better that when they're relaxed, they learn more, they learn better, and they'll have an understanding that sticks with them for a lifetime rather than just some content that they mug up for an examination. So this is a good and a welcome step. Then you said that conceptual learning will be enforced through the MCQ-based assessments. That's what we hope for. If they do not, again, get into the non-requisite dynamics of it. The biggest challenge that this will counter is the course coagulation that these students used to do. That let's put everything on January, and in the months of January and February, we'll change the world around us. So this will change that, because it has given a lot of liberty to the school, because if these examinations don't happen, at that point, the internal assessment would get important. And that's where the sincerity of the student will go a little bit up. Then finally, what you said, that it would be typically easing out the frustration that these children had. And most importantly, one big challenge that you also noted was how would CBSE or the complete ecosystem handle the rural neglect? Because when we talk of project learning, when we talk of hands-on learning, at that point, what happens is the people who are in the, what we can say, the blessed class, they are always able to get it through. But for the others, it becomes a big challenge, because they even lose the core content of it and they're not able to do the project part of it. So thank you so much for adding this. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Mrs. Anupama Sinha, the principal of KC International School from Jammu and Kashmir. Anupama ji, over to you. हम आपसे अब थोड़े कुछ और पर्सपेक्टिव्स, कुछ और आयामों पे बात करना चाहेंगे कि मालश्री ने टिपिकली स्टूडेंट के ऊपर इसका कैसा इम्पैक्ट होगा, उस पे बात की. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू नो फ्रॉम यू कि आपके टीचर्स पे क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा, उनकी जिंदगियां कैसे बदल जाएंगी. क्योंकि अभी तक एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सा ऑब्जर्वेशन जो रहता था कि साल में एक बार टीचर एक क्रैश कोर्स की तैयारी करता था, जहां पूरा कोर्स एक साथ होके, एंड ही वाज आल्सो काइंड ऑफ फेयरली फ्री ड्यूरिंग द ईयर. लेकिन वो उसकी जो इंडिपेंडेंस थी, फ्रीडम थी, वो शायद काफी हद तक खत्म हो गई है. So let's try to know it from you. Over to Anupama ma'am for the next 3 to 4 minutes. A very warm welcome. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening, all of you. Thank you, Daksh. If it comes to, I would start from my own, thoughtfulness about this entire changed plan. And what I strongly feel that, after this COVID thing started, that it was a great challenge in front of all of us. Either it is a student or a teacher or as a parent or as a school leader. So what I feel that it was very difficult to understand the need of the hour that time. But yes, I salute the teachers fraternity, the way they have taken up this challenge and they have proved themselves. But this change scenario in terms of academics from CBSE, it is somehow, I feel, it's a great help to the students. Anyhow, CBSE was always a student friendly thing, but now it is more. And if you ask me, I was really worried that after a few months, after 1 year, after one academic session, when children and teachers, they are back to normal and they are coming to the school and having things offline. So I was really worried that there is a big gap already been created, because when you talk about students teaching and learning process, we know that what can happen in offline mode, it's just not possible in online mode. Anyhow, syllabus is done and examination are done, but we also know that the examination is not evaluated the way it should be and that authentic. I always feel that the authentication is not there. So I was worried when my children, they'll come after 1 year to the school. Now I'll take another 1 year to bring them back on the track and to make them, study the way it should be, because they study not from the knowledge point of view. This is the fact. In case of most of the students, I'm not saying all, but most of them, they study from scoring point of view. They study to get marks. And after that, if you ask the knowledge thing, they hardly remember. So I feel that this wonderful move of CBSE when it comes to exams in semester wise, because if you remember a few years back when CCE was there, that time also it was Essay 1 and Essay 2, summative 1, summative 2. So it was divided, but this pattern was not there. The entire syllabus was divided into 2 parts, and a child has to again study from the scoring point of view. But when it comes to MCQ, if a child is not having an exact information, the exact knowledge, the exact concept, the child cannot go for a right answer. So the exact aim of education here comes to acquire knowledge. So children, they will be acquiring knowledge, and that knowledge is going to, as it is concept based, so it is going to be with them in a permanent way. So somehow they are making their learning permanent by following this method of attempting MCQ question in first half of the examination and second half which talks about the subjective one. So this way it's a complete learning process, and I think it is good for teachers also. Again, five fingers are not same. There are teachers who make a child ready to face the competitions, and while teaching only they keep on adding important things, the concept based things, where their purpose is to make the child knowledge again a fruitful one. So here now is a challenge for teachers. They have to teach in such a manner, in such a deep way, where a child should be able to face those questions, the MCQ questions, because MCQ can be created out of a single sentence of teaching. And for subjective test, it is always that we used to see, the important topics. Being a teacher, I also used to feel how much this topic is important from the next year academics, because we strongly believe that this the academic thing is always interconnected. One year which is going on is always connected to the next upcoming academic session. So we try to focus on those topics where more and more subjective and depth kind of question, long questions can be created. And we think the child can only write when the child is having some information. But for objective, child has to have each and every kind of information. So this is a wonderful move where children can be more professional in coming future, because they'll be having a depth knowledge, especially of the subject which they like, the subject in which they want to make their career. So I think the child is also free to have a beautiful learning process. At the same time, teachers, they will be upgrading themselves, because there are teachers I have seen, like they join as a teacher, they love to retire as a teacher, and that too they say that that I to know what is the syllabus, why to upgrade myself. But now for MCQ point of view, when they are making their children ready, I think they have to teach themselves first. They have to teach themselves first. So it's a overall I feel that for parents, they were worried बच्चा पढ़ाई नहीं करता है अभी. Now बच्चा will be his or her own guardian, because the child knows if he or she is not attentive in the class, will not be able to score. So here I think the parents are also a little relaxed, that the child himself is more responsible now. So this way, I feel this entire change pattern, though it will take a good amount of time. We are given this entire change to start with no time. But it will take time to change children's mindset. But I am sure within a year or two, each and every child will have a better studentship in the school. Teachers would have a better teachership, and we will have to look after all these things, a better leadership. So I feel that it's a really great change, and CBSE has done lots of R&D, and then they have come up to this situation. And of course, in a difficult situation, in an awkward situation, it's a time of innovation. So this is a result of this COVID thing when it comes to academics and education. So overall, it is going to be a very fruitful thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anupama ji. To summarize what you said, आपने जो बातें कही उसमें से सबसे पहला पॉइंट ये था, it will be a great help for the students, because उनके लिए अब वो पूरा सिलेबस एक मील नहीं है, वो अब 2 मील्स में डिवाइड हो गया है, तो उनका कभी भी इंडाइजेशन नहीं होगा, वो उसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली, जो इतना बड़ा लर्निंग गैप खड़ा हो गया है कोविड की वजह से, वो लर्निंग गैप कहीं ना कहीं इस पूरी चीज से भर जाएगा या पार्ट दिया जाएगा. Evaluation which you talked about right now is not authentic. I think this is something that people can have opinions on, because evaluation for a school student should be revolutionized at this point, कि हमें उसकी ऑथेंटिसिटी से ज्यादा कहीं ना कहीं बच्चे का वैल्यू एजुकेशन हो जाए और वो सच में वो कॉन्सेप्ट सीख जाए, उसकी जरूरत है. एंड उसके अंदर MCQ बहुत ज्यादा साथ देंगे, बिकॉज इफ यू डोंट नो द कॉन्सेप्ट यू वोंट बी एबल टू आंसर दैट, बिकॉज सब्जेक्टिव आंसर नहीं है, यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट इट फ्रॉम एनी वन ऑफ देम. तो उसका एक MCQs का अपने आप में देयर इज अ पैकेज ऑफ साइकोलॉजी दैट कम्स विद इट, एक साइकोलॉजिकल इंपैक्ट साथ में आता है जो आपको फोर्स कर देता है that you learn the concept and try to understand it better. It's absolutely going to be a big challenge for teachers, क्योंकि अभी तक important topics मार्क कर दिए जाते थे और उसके बेसिस पे एक मिनिमम स्कोरिंग बेंचमार्क बन जाता था कि इतने नंबर आप ले आओगे, लेकिन अब वो नहीं हो पाएगा, because till now it was this is the important portion of the syllabus. Now the complete syllabus is important because MCQs can ask you anything from anywhere and it even won't take a lot of time. So this is something that will change the dynamics for the teacher, and for the teacher the most critical point would be to upgrading himself, because conceptual teaching के वो भी आदी नहीं है. They're also not accustomed to it. They're accustomed to completing a syllabus, that also in a subjective manner. वो बहुत ज्यादा भाषा और कंटेंट पे स्ट्रेस करते हैं, वो कॉन्सेप्ट्स को भूल जाते हैं. So thank you so much, Anupama ji. Let me invite the next speaker for today. We'll again come back to you at the closing or the once it's an open floor. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Mr. Sanjay Panigrahi, Principal, Aryan Public School from Padampur, Rayagada, Odisha. संजय जी, आपसे हम ये जानना चाहेंगे कि सीबीएसई ने जो 2 ट्रेंचेस में या 2 सेमेस्टर्स में डिवाइड कर दिया है, इससे जो रूरल बैकग्राउंड है या जो स्कूल्स टियर 4 टियर 5 सिटीज में हैं या छोटे टाउन्स में हैं, उन पर क्या असर पड़ेगा? वो असर अच्छा होगा, वो असर खराब होगा? स्टूडेंट्स के असर को हमने काफी हद तक जाना, टीचर्स के असर को भी जाना, स्कूल पे और पेरेंट्स पे इसका कैसा असर होगा वो हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे. ओवर टू संजय जी, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम.
नमस्कार to each and everyone. So सभी को प्रणाम. So our aspect actually ये हमारा टॉपिक है. First of all, thanks to Blockworld and the Web Talks. They have given me the opportunity to express my view related to these topics. Daksh sir, also you have given a topic to me. But before I'm moving towards the topic, let me say some things about related to the what the previous 2 months have already given about the CBSE syllabus, how it should be implemented, what should be the stage, and what should be the questions patterns, and the syllabus is divided into 2 terms, first and second terms, and according to the terms, the syllabus, the students basically, so government का सोच क्या है? The government का सोच है कि अगर कोविड अगर कंटिन्यू रहेगा, if the COVID is continue, then it is दोनों कोविड को मुद्दे आंखों के सामने में मध्य रखते नजर रखते हुए, so government has given it 2 phase. अगर कोविड में रहा तो as usual classes as usual CBSE अपना conduct करता जाएगा. If COVID is not there, again the offline class, the students can come to this schools and they attend the classes. So that is the point. So actually, Dr. I'm just going to give say student what are the effects. So no doubt, each and everyone digital mode, each and every student can appear in the digital mode. Just I'm not because something. I just am going to give some what are the bad effects to the students if the online classes, digital mode classes will be continued. So basically, most of the parents will no doubt, as per the CBSE syllabus that indicate that it may be create effect for class 12 students, it may be affected towards the NEET exam, JEE exam. Basically, as I come to know that some in the chapter of physics, it may create some problem for the class 12 science students. But the several effects that as I come to know that as from personal view, so the impact of student impact, what are the bad student impacts that can, if the student can uphold the online classes. So basically several impact of hearing. So no doubt we both can transition to the digital modes. No, that is in the way talks or we have to use the Zoom app and continue our talking. So definitely it can create an impact to the hearing purpose. So each and every time student can require the mobile, laptop. They wants they demand from the laptops and mobile from the parents to attend the classes, online classes, which is conducted by the school. And slowly, gradually, the hearing, it may create a problem in the mind of hearing, and it can destroy the brain also somehow. And simultaneously, suppose if the student is sitting in a particular posture and he can attend the continuously, he can enjoy he can look after the blue lights of the mobile, which can affect the backbones and also joint strength. It may create a problem to the student. Somehow, it will give a good effect. So another one, so one of the important things, the eyes is our important parts of organs of our body. So it may related to the problems and eyes, the blue rays. अब देखिए the mobiles का laptop का जो blue rays होता है ना, ये ultraviolet rays से बहुत खराब. अगर सूरज का ultraviolet rays कुछ हद तक हम झेल पाएंगे, मगर ये जो मोबाइल का blue rays है, it may create a bad effect to the student. And ब्लू लाइट्स कैन गिव ए ब्लॉक एंड साइमल्टेनियसली अगर स्टूडेंट मोबाइल में पढ़ते रहेंगे, मोबाइल से बहुत सारे चीज कलेक्शन करते रहेंगे, तो मोबाइल के लोग आदी हो जाएंगे एंड वहां पर स्लोली क्या होगा, उनके स्लीप issues आ सकता है. A number of sleep issues may become to the part of the student, not only part of the student, but also for the student. In this circumstances, the teacher also prepare. The sleep problem may be occurred for the student, and the student is facing a number of problems. Simultaneously, the teacher also. So these are the some of the. I'm not in favor of this. That is, some bad effects should be there for the student, and simultaneously, these things can create a mental health issue. No doubt, हम लोग पसंद करते हैं nowadays it is called the each and every government leaders should tell that digital mode study, but I'll pray God as soon as possibly COVID should be omitted. ऑफलाइन क्लासेस में जो मजा है ऑनलाइन के जब तक क्लासेस में वो मजा नहीं होता है. आप सभी मैडम को मैं शायद नमस्ते. जब तक बच्चों को दिल ना दिख ले ये दिल भरता नहीं, और कहते हैं कि ये दिल मांगे मोर. तो हमारा धन है, हमारा संपत्ति है हमारा स्टूडेंट. जब तक हम लोग स्टूडेंट को वी मिस द स्टूडेंट, हम बच्चों को बहुत मिस कर रहे हैं. आज भी आंखों में आंसू आ जाता है जब सर बोलते तो दिल में ऐसा लगता है कि कोई बड़ा सा गिफ्ट दे रहा है. गुड मॉर्निंग सर एक बार बोल दिए, प्रणाम सर बोल के एक बार पैर छू लेंगे तो दिल को भा जाता है. जब तक 1 साल 1.5 साल से कोई भी टीचर बच्चों को नहीं देख रहा है तो कितना दर्द हो रहा है आप सोच सकते हैं. कितना वेस्टेज, हाउ मच द पेन भगवान ने ये किया, कौन सा केयर डाल दिया मुझे पता नहीं. सो मेरा स्पेशल है, मैं भगवान प्रार्थना करता हूँ एज सून एज पॉसिबल ये कोविड हमारे से चला जाए. भैया हो गया, भगवान जी आप पनिशमेंट मत दीजिए, वी डोंट गिव द पनिशमेंट टू द मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड एंड बहुत जल्दी ऑफलाइन क्लासेस को शुरू किया जाए. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सो मच संजय जी. एंड आपने जो बातें कही उसमें से पहला व्हिच वी एक्चुअली सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स दैट यू सेड, आई विल ट्राई टू समराइज देम और पुट देम अगेन. पहली बात ये थी, जो द प्लान दैट द गवर्नमेंट हैज इज टिपिकली टू नॉर्मलाइज कोविड. कहीं ना कहीं एक ऐसी स्ट्रेटजी आ जाए जो कोविड के रहते हुए भी शिक्षा को कंटिन्यू कर पाए, वो बार बार कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट ना हो. उसी के लिए इसको 2 ट्रेंचेस में डिवाइड किया, लेकिन इसके बहुत ज्यादा लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इफेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं जो कि अच्छे हैं. हम कोई भी इन सारे इफेक्ट से परेशान नहीं है. इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ गुड इनिशिएटिव दैट वी ऑल वेलकम. आपने जो एक बात जिस पे आपने फोकस किया, आई थिंक वो भी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है ध्यान रखने के लिए, कि डिजिटल लर्निंग ने असल में फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स खड़ी कर दी हैं और वो फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स को हैंडल करना बड़ा चैलेंज हो गया है अभी. सो अब इस डिजिटल लर्निंग लाइफस्टाइल से हमें कुछ और लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस लाने होंगे सो दैट वी आर एबल टू कंज्यूम दिस कंटेंट एंड एट द सेम टाइम स्टे हेल्दी. ब्लू रे इफेक्ट की आप बात कर रहे हैं. फाइनली जिस बात पे आपने कंक्लूड किया, जो कि अभी सबसे बड़ा what we can all say the point of scarcity or the missing factor, या हमारा जो emotional disconnect है वो बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट करेगा. and when we look at school education, so we all understand that the real content of the subjects or the academic content is kind of not very important in the complete process of teaching. The most important thing in a student's school life is the emotion that he builds, the way he understands society, the way he understands interpersonal communication, the way he understands relations. ये सारी चीजें जब पूरी तरह से उसके जीवन से बाहर हो जाएंगी तो उसकी लर्निंग कहीं ना कहीं अधूरी रह जाएगी. We all also pray with you that that COVID may go away soon. So thank you so much, Sanjay ji. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Mrs. Chaya Mankar, the principal of Arvind Indo Public School and Junior College from Katol, Maharashtra. Chaya ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio and a very warm welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Sir, I believe the new board pattern will help schools to focus on various aspects, such as understanding of concepts, the aptitude of students, and high level technology. Okay, so here I would like to narrate some points. We all are thankful to the CBSE board for dynamic changes. I think in my opinion, this is for previously also the pattern was okay, but now it has been changed. It is total change. And there is one point which I want to share with you, that is what personal development of students will take place in this new patterns change of CBSE. The primary goal of the CBSE is to make children basic level improvement of the students, but now this will create a good citizen. Normally we find that board focus on academic improvement and a good result, but in this we have lost the track of good behavior and human value. The other most important focus of this board will be employment to the employ the students, and we must agree that the people are lacking real skill. People means students are lacking real skills, and making students self dependent is essential today. So this new pattern will help to students to improve and to improve themselves, and obvious students are going to help them. This is great challenges for teachers as well, school, and students. As ma'am said, as Anupama ma'am said, that students are free to learn now. So that will be that this pattern will really help to students to help in all perspective. I strongly believe that personal development means students personal development is essential. So I think this will prepare to students to personal development, and it will they will get the proper opportunity for students which will help them in securing their futures. And most thing is that in spite of, you know, uh, quantity to education, we will get quality of the students, I would say. So there are some things that are very much important. Okay, education systems for the betterment of the students is essential, and this pattern will help to the students in other ways also, in all the way. Okay, so this few points I wanted to share about the students. So in my opinion, only overall students has to overall students is getting for improvement at this educational pattern of CBSE. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sayama. जो आपने बातें कही उसमें से I think most of the points a lot of speakers already had shared, but I'll try to summarize some of them. Conceptual understanding improve हो जाएगी, personal development के लिए थोड़ा सा time मिल जाएगा, personal development front seat ले लेगा, and most importantly हम कहीं ना कहीं शायद थोड़ी बहुत citizenship की बात कर पाएं, because now you'll have time, क्योंकि आप concepts जब समझाने की कोशिश करेंगे तो केवल उस किताब से पूरे नहीं हो पाएंगे, आपको उसको रियल लाइफ एप्लीकेशन समझाना होगा, प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड लर्निंग समझाना होगा, एंड वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं उसका आप सिटीजनशिप अपने आप बिल्ड कर देंगे. So thank you so much, Shaya ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Mrs. Ramni Kaur, Principal SPBS Prati Vidyapeeth from Auraiya, Uttar Pradesh. For the next 3 minutes, please unmute your audio and a very warm welcome.
Very good evening, Daksh. Thank you. Thank you to the team of Black World and to all other members to be up today. I'm quite feeling honored to be a part of your team. So let's be on the topic. The main points that I want to share has already been covered by all the members. Ms. Anupama ma'am were there and Malshri ma'am, Sanjay sir, everybody has covered up all the main points which I too want to share with you all. The main point is simply you can say that CBSE has always focused on, you can say CBSE had already worked. It had always tried to work on the betterment of the students, keeping in mind the mental stress and mental health of the students, which is quite appreciable. And keeping the present scenario in mind, once again, CBSE has come up with a new schedule by the bifurcation. CBSE has given us the bifurcation of the syllabus by dividing it into 2 terms. And what I feel this is really going to help our students, because this is going to lessen down the burden of the students. Earlier, what was happening that the kids were preparing, they were just simply busy with the preparation of the whole syllabus at the end of the year, right? And one go, they have to revise and cover up the syllabus and all. But now with this bifurcation of the syllabus, what I feel, it is going to lessen down the burden of the students, because the syllabus has been bifurcated into 50%, into 2 terms. Now, less part is supposed to be prepared by the students, but that less part which the kids are going to prepare, it will definitely be prepared in a well, deep manner, because earlier they were simply following the rote learning process. Apart from few students, maximum strength of the students, they were focusing on this thing only. They were focusing on rote learning, or they are simply going through the gist of the main topics and all. But now it is not going to give them the result. Definitely, they have to go for the deep learning, isn't it? And it is quite pertinent to mention here that this thing is definitely going to help our upcoming board appearing students, because they will definitely, because since beforehand they are knowing this thing that such type of question paper is going to be there, so definitely they'll be preparing very deeply for that. And moreover, to prepare the students for these board examinations, definitely our teachers will be putting in more efforts. As our previous teachers, this Malshri ma'am was there, Anupama ma'am was there, and all these have already, these personalities have already told us that it is all same, that this is going to put a pressure on the student as well as the teacher a little bit. Pressure in the sense, now this time they have to go to the depth of every topic. And this is going to give a benefit in overall scenario. If we see, this is definitely going to help us, because again, the same words, because it is the same topic, same thoughts, same views, and ultimately I'll be also putting up the stress on the same main points, that this is going to cultivate new good citizens, right? Because the students who will be going to the depth of every topic is going to inculcate all those things, and definitely this thing is going to help in the real life applications, isn't it? So in all, if we say that after this bifurcation, which is quite appreciable, and this is definitely going to help our students, and they will be able to prepare in a better way. They'll be able to give us a better results. They will be, you can say, they'll be able to be good self. They will be our future good citizens, rather. Good citizens doesn't mean that earlier we were not having good citizens, but this is going to enhance their thinking power, enhance their applications that they'll be using in their lifestyle. Because for if they'll be following this pattern, definitely they have to go for a change in their learning process. Definitely they have to go for a change in the pattern of learning. It is the same case with the teachers as well as the students. Both are in, you can say, they have to put in their feet into new shoes, right? They have to walk, but they have to put themselves into new shoes this time, because they have to opt for the new ways. They have to innovate new ways. Teachers need to innovate new ways of teaching by telling everything deeply, right? And earlier also, as you have already said, that earlier the teachers were in a habit, for the average students I'm talking about, they were in a habit of telling them that, okay, you just go for these topics and definitely it is quite sufficient for you to get passing marks. But now this time, it is not going to help them all. We need to gear up the changes, right? We need to adapt the new changes if we really want to, you can say, fit in our students in the new scenario. This is what I feel, according to me. So
Thank you so much, Ramneek ma'am. To summarize what you said, you started with कि बच्चों पे जो burden है वो कम हो जाएगा, उनके लिए जिंदगी थोड़ी सी relax हो जाएगी, वो conceptual learning तक चले जाएंगे. And I think the concept of deep learning and at the same time deep listening, क्योंकि बच्चों को हर चीज को conceptually समझना होगा, so they'll have to devote a little bit more of time. वो कहीं ना कहीं जो shallow learning थी या कहीं ना कहीं ऊपरी देख के जो number आ रहे थे, वो practice घटेगी and बच्चे सच में as personalities भी grow करेंगे, as individuals भी grow करेंगे. हमें we'll have to learn and figure out more ways of how typically are children learning. बच्चों के learning patterns बन कैसे रहे हैं and उन patterns को हम कैसे feed कर सकें, इस बातों पे काफी सारा stress देना होगा. We'll have to work more on pedagogy and typically helping children achieve the kind of numbers and the marks and the score that they want to do in all these kinds of examinations. So we've actually listened to all the speakers for today on their ideas, their thoughts on how would this new schedule, this new arrangement, this new strategy of the Central Board of Secondary Education help the teachers, the students, the parents, and how would the complete ecosystem get impacted. And within this call, we tried to get together as many people from different geographical varieties as possible, ताकि हमें tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 हर तरीके के शहरों से perspectives मिल सकें. Because we need to understand that education, when you create it as a policy, it's standardized, but when you go and look at the execution, it's quite varied, it's quite different, and what we say, it would change at many levels. And when we talk of the Indian education system, it's like a big white elephant that does not move very easily. तो execution में जाके बहुत बड़े-बड़े challenges आ जाते हैं जिन्हें बार-बार tackle करना पड़ता है. Now, before we move ahead and this call comes to an end, if you missed on to anything, if you want to add some point, if you want to say something that you would enhance or enrich the complete discussion, it's an open floor now. You can unmute yourself and add that point. The only request, try to take care of each other so that you give each other the right amount of time so that they can speak out. So if anybody wants to add something, you can unmute yourself and put your point through.
Good evening, Daksh. Once again, good evening to all.
This is Anupama. It's nothing like, it is an endless topic. Unless the entire thing is not on the floor and we are working for it, you will not be knowing the pros and cons and the problems. But what I feel that I'm very happy that now teachers are having this challenge to use lots of methods to teach. Because if you have to make a child concept clear, because in a classroom you have variety of students, and I strongly believe as God has given a different faces, different way of understanding, different thoughts, everything. So what I feel, teachers, they are going to experiment now that what can be the best way to make my each and every student understand the topic, so that my each and every student can attempt the MCQ. Because they see subjective can be attempted and somehow, it can be superficial kind of learning. But in case of MCQ, you just cannot pick any answer unless you don't have a clue of that answer. Right. So it is a really great challenge for teachers, and the teachers who are having this notion that I'm experienced and now I don't require to update myself. Now that is gone. Every moment is a challenge for you. Why? Because every year you have a different set of students. You have a different set of students with their different way of learning. So you have to have like milk and the milk products. So you have you have to show those many products where at least something or the other with the child is consuming milk. So you have to give curd also, you have to give the rabdi also, you have to give the sweets also, made up of milk. So I think teachers are going to, have a beautiful teaching sessions now. They are going to, strengthen themselves, upgrading themselves in each and every bit of life. And especially whenever I used to have interviews in my office, I generally, it's a very common question, but I ask, like, you are here by choice or chance? So many of them, they say, ma'am, seriously, I'm telling you, I'm just here by chance. But now I'm having 5 years of experience. So now the chance has become choice. So, what will happen? The one who has opted this profession by choice, they are going to have a wonderful time. And the one who has just make this as a kind of kind of, there's no any other option, so I have taken this teaching profession on priority. I think they have to work hard to come up with the expectation of the parents and students and school, and on their own expectation. No teacher can take it easily that my subject result is not good, because it's a very healthy competition in all the schools among all the subject teachers. So especially for the teachers taking care of board classes. So I think it is going to be a beautiful time for teachers and students. And I think for us also there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to learn as a leader, and there is a lot to do, because you have to, motivate your teachers. You have to get things done. What I have understood till now as a leader, doesn't matter what the way, I have to get the things done. So I think it is more challenging for us also. So it will really, really a better platform for all of us to, excel ourselves. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anupama ji. So I think what you basically said was कि पूरा ecosystem evolve कर रहा है, evolve भी कर रहा है, but I think हमें थोड़ा सा इस process के अंदर as leaders, what we can think and just suggest is we should build the habit of writing an observation paper. हमें ये कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि रोजाना शाम को आप एक छोटा सा ऑब्जर्वेशन पेपर हर जना लिखे, क्योंकि अब टीचिंग या एजुकेशन में लीडरशिप भी रिसर्च ड्रिवन हो जाएंगे. वो भी अब पुराने अपने स्टेटस पे पे नहीं चल पाएंगे. You will also have to drive the complete ecosystem with a lot of research, with a lot of observation analysis and a lot of analytical skills or that you have. Because जब आपको एक डायनामिक फील्ड मिल गया, तो उस डायनामिक फील्ड को कंट्रोल करने के लिए या उसे ट्रैक पे रखने के लिए आपको भी बहुत डायनामिक होना होगा. Thank you so much, Anupama ji. I think Malshri ma'am wants to speak something. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. So another concern which I've always felt is that, which was also pointed by a CBSE person, was that children have been getting marks in their practical and theory earlier. So practical, if the child is getting like 50 around marks in theory, and suddenly in practicals they would get around 100 or 99 or something, so dependency on the internal assessment is quite an issue. So I think CBSE has to be very specific on the kind of assessment, internal assessment, the guidelines they are supposed to be giving, because otherwise, all children would, MCQs is perfectly fine. I mean, children either score 0 or 1, but internal assessments are going to be a challenge for evaluation when you go for a bigger perspective. If you are a true teacher, then you know all the detailing. So you wouldn't want that अच्छा मेरे स्कूल का रिजल्ट अच्छा आना चाहिए, so all the students score above. So there has to be a proper guideline on this. So I'm sure CBSE is working on this. So I would really want to know from other educators if they have any ideas about how they're going to go about.
Absolutely. So CBSE की evaluation guidelines को थोड़ा सा और stiff और बहुत ज़्यादा clearly defined होना पड़ेगा, because जब आप individual evaluation या internal evaluation पे बहुत ज़्यादा rely करेंगे, उस समय पे you will have to understand और typically figure out that वो evaluation को आप कहीं ना कहीं up to a benchmark लेके आ सकें. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा open छोड़ दिया, तो when you look at the complete picture from a scale or a bird's eye view, you'll find a lot of blunders happening. And शायद वो blunders की piling up ना हो जाए, इसलिए आपकी जो गाइडलाइंस हैं उन्हें बहुत ज्यादा क्लियर होना होगा. थैंक यू सो मच मार्शी मैम. रमनीक मैम वांट्स टू ऐड समथिंग. मैम, ओवर टू यू. प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ. You'll have to unmute, ma'am.
Yeah, right. I just want to add up one point. Just CBSE has told us to go for the bifurcation of the syllabus, right? But yet, till date, we people are waiting for the CBSE to give us the exact guidelines regarding the bifurcation. Because we can take up the example of economics, accounts, right? We are having two books there. And earlier what was happening that the teachers were completing up one book in one term and half-yearly examinations in their own school, and completing up the second book in the other term. But this time we people are simply waiting for the exact guidelines from the CBSE, that what CBSE wants. Either to cover up 50% from both the books, or CBSE is also going to keep one book in one term and second book in second term. This is simply, we people are simply waiting for this thing from CBSE, if we can have as soon as possible, so that our teachers can work upon it. And apart from this, one more point I would like to say, that is simply you can consider it as a point regarding the students, that this thing is going to help our students in a way that when they'll be appearing in this first terminal examination, that after they are done with the first term, they will be having a little bit idea that how much, you can say, how many, you can say, more efforts they want to put in to reach that particular level which they want to. Though it has not been decided by CBSE yet that whether the result of the first terminal MCQ paper will be released side by side or it will be given at the end. It's not yet clear. But still, what we can assume at our own point, that though the kids will be appearing for the examination after they are done with the papers, definitely they'll come to know, they will have a rough estimate or idea about this thing, that how they have done the papers. This will give them an idea that now what more is required. So this is a little bit on the, you can say, upper edge. Sorry, this is a little bit upper edge for the students this time, right? Isn't it? So these are the 2 points basically I want to put stress on.
Absolutely. I think आपने जो second point था वो काफी ज्यादा important है कि बच्चे को कहीं ना कहीं उसका performance evaluation मिल जाए, ताकि वो अपना आगे की जो साल भर की अगले 6 महीने की strategy है वो accordingly बना पाए, और टीचर्स और स्कूल भी समझ सके कि ऐसा हो रहा है कि नहीं. जो बात आप कह रहे हैं कि अभी तक यू वेटिंग फॉर द गाइडलाइंस कि वो एग्जैक्ट कोर्स डिवीजन हुआ कैसे है, एंड सेकेंडली हमें इवैल्यूएशन गाइडलाइंस एग्जैक्टली क्या आने वाली हैं. सो वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द एग्जैक्ट नट्स एंड बोल्ट्स ऑफ इट टू कम आउट, एंड वी होप दैट CBSE comes out with those guidelines and those instructions as soon as possible, क्योंकि इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन से एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत जल्दी खड़ी हो जाने वाली है. अगर उसके पहले गाइडलाइंस नहीं आई तो चैलेंज थोड़ा और बड़ा होगा. एंड द वे मालश्री जी इज सेइंग दैट at a bird's eye view level वो बहुत छोटे ब्लंडर्स का एक पहाड़ खड़ा हो जाएगा, तो वो ना हो उसके लिए we request the Central Board of Secondary Education कि आप जितना जल्दी गाइडलाइंस इशू कर सकें करें. Thank you so much all the speakers for sharing your thoughts today. Before this call comes to an end, as is customary every time, Blab जब से काम कर रहा है, जब से पैदा हुआ है, तब से अभी तक में Blab realized one thing after talking to so many school leaders, that teaching has now to reform itself. और उसे अब टीचिंग नहीं रह सकती, इट हैज टू बिकम इंस्पिरेशन. क्योंकि अगर आप बच्चे को इंस्पायर कर पाएंगे तभी आप उसे एक पैसिव से एक्टिव लर्नर बना पाएंगे, क्योंकि अब पैसिव लर्नर्स का जमाना नहीं है. एक भविष्यवाणी की है एक बहुत अच्छे राइटर ने I think most of you might have already read him. He's the author of Homo Sapiens, Yuval Noam Harari. In his TED Talk, he did a kind of a, future telling sort of a thing, कहीं ना कहीं crystal gazing, कि हर दुनिया के हर काल में हमेशा ऐसा होता है that there's a big class of humans that gets created and which is governed by a small little class of people, and the next such big class that's going to come up is going to be useless humans, क्योंकि हम सब कुछ तो टेक्नोलॉजी से करवा रहे हैं, तो ये ह्यूमंस करेंगे क्या? We'll have to be thinking on those lines. तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें ह्यूमन फैक्टर को reinforce करना होगा. So that's what we simply work on, trying to find stories that can inspire teens, and these stories come from teens, क्योंकि इन बच्चों को आप पुरानी कहानियों से अब इंस्पायर नहीं कर सकते. So one such story for all of you before this call comes to an end. This story is about a girl whose mother had the hobby of making candy at home. घर पे उन्हें कैंडी बनाने का शौक था. वो कैंडी बनाने का शौक इतना बढ़ा कि उन्होंने उनकी बेटी को ये पसंद आने लगा, and she started doing it. And when she started doing it, she became so good at it that right now her candy is being sold across one of the biggest retail chains in the US. Her candy is available all across the Walmarts of US, and she herself is a millionaire, and that's the Candypreneur, and that's Elena Morse. That was on the cover page of Blub World just some months back. And this is what Blub World does every month. We try to find children who are doing amazing work and try to share their stories with many more teenagers. This is what happens at Blub every month. Since the last 1 year, we are working on building the world's first and the biggest parliament of teenagers. So we wish to invite all of you, all the school principals, teachers, everybody that you have within your network to become a part of the World Teen Parliament. We are right now supported by UNESCO New Delhi office, UNESCO Mahatma Gandhi Institute, and the United Nations Kindness Matters Initiative. We are building a parliament of solutions. We are asking teenagers from across the world to share solutions of local and global problems, and the World Teen Parliament will be funding them so that they can realize their dream of a better tomorrow. So thank you so much everybody for being a part of the Blub World Web Talks 149th episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, open your audio, say a big yes, and thank you so much and have an amazing evening ahead. Thank you people. Namaste.
Yes, we did.
Thank you, Dax. It was a great session. Thank you.